Welcome back to a brand new episode of NH Unscripted, you lucky listeners. I got my Nehru jacket on, my bell-bottom pants, and my platform shoes. Your job is to kick back on the waterbed, light the incense, fire up the lava lamp, because we are going to sock it to you today. Yeah. What kind of your green tambourine? Yeah. That makes me your lemon pipers like host, Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the Car 54 like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. Get out your Sony Walkman, I never know what the plural of that is. Get out your transistor radios. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. And I need to take a minute to thank my sponsor. We are so happy to have the law offices of Shaheen Gordon as our sponsor. I was watching Instagram the other day, and up came, and I'm going to call it an advert for them, about trailer truck accidents. You know, the crazy things you don't think about, right? You're on the highway. I mean, what the heck? Some of us think about things like the lottery, DUIs, things our family might get into. But, hey, tractor trailer stuff, I'm going to try to get them in here and talk about it. I'm guessing it's a fascinating line of law. Anyway, their website is ShaheenGordon.com. Get out your pencil, put it on your fridge, put it with your legal papers. ShaheenGordon.com, 603-614-5560, because everyone should know a good lawyer. That might be some life talk right there, let me tell you. Everyone should know a good lawyer. We do appreciate ShaheenGordon.com so much. All right, that's the business. Now we get into the fun. So my wife has these gardens, and so we're always looking for bees, always wondering where the heck are the bees, because she plants pollinators, she's got herbs, she's got fruits, veggies, bushes of every kind. But what we don't have much of anymore is bees. So I thought, okay, baby, I'm going to go out, I'm going to find somebody to talk about the bee situation in this state. And here they are. Folks from the Capital Area Beekeeper Association, Heather Monahan and Jamie Jordan. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You ready to talk?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have questions, and I imagine probably a lot of people do. But before we get too deep into the hows and whys and why nots, Heather, please tell everybody who you are and what you represent for the
Sure.
CABA.
I am the president of the Capital Area Beekeepers Association. Have been with CABA for, since 2020. And have been president for 2 years now.
Now, how did you get involved with them?
Well, when somebody is looking to become a beekeeper, hopefully they will look for someone to teach them how to become a beekeeper. And CABA operates a bee school every year in the spring.
Really?
Yes. And so I looked for someone to teach me, and CABA had a weekend intensive bee school, and that fit into my schedule. And so I actually live in Windham, and I drove up to Concord and took the 2-day bee school, and I just stayed
Just
with
hung
them.
around.
Yep, they can't get rid of me. They try.
Jamie, what do you do for them, and how did you get involved?
So I am the newsletter editor. So I put out a monthly publication to all our members. Includes a lot of information about our club, our meetings, educational forums, resources, that type of information. I started with Capital Area Beekeepers back in 2020, same as Heather. Probably went to the same bee school, I would imagine. And I have been hooked ever since. I just can't get enough of bees.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to talk to you in a minute about the newsletter itself. Is it electronic?
It's an electronic version, yes, for our members.
Okay. Why don't we give out a URL? Can you give out a URL for both the website and the newsletter, or they can get both out there?
Yeah, it's capitalareabeekeepersnh.org.
Is that where they sign up for the newsletter?
Our newsletter is primarily for our members only.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Is there a For the beekeepers, is it big in New Hampshire? Your organization. First of all, are you a sub-organization of another organization, or are you standalone?
So we are standalone. There are 9 standalone beekeepers organizations in New Hampshire that.
What?
Yeah.
9?
Yeah, because it's all beekeeping is local. So there's Capital Area, there's Merrimack, there's Monadnock, there's Kearsarge.
Pemigewasset.
Yep. Oh gosh, there's a whole bunch of them. Pawtuckaway. And then there's a state organization, the New Hampshire Beekeepers Association, that at the state level organizes a couple of meetings per year where they bring in speakers from out of state, typically. And that's more like of a, they'll bring in academic speakers and things like that.
What does it take to be a member?
Just pay your dues.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just show up. And where do you meet?
We have a fairly new meeting facility at the Crestwood Community Center in Concord.
Okay.
Just off of Manchester Street. It's a beautiful facility. It has very great acoustics, and it's very homey and comforting for all our members.
Is it once a month, once a week? What?
Yep.
Once a month, the second Wednesday of every month.
Is it well attended?
We're
I
growing.
would say so.
Yeah?
We are growing.
How many members overall? I mean, not all of them obviously go to the meetings, but
Yeah. We have about 125, I would say, active members, so dues-paying members. That means they're receiving our emails and newsletters and things like that. And we're up to about 30 or 35 people that attend the meeting on a monthly basis.
how much does it cost to be a member?
Right now, $20.
Well, that's cheap.
Yeah.
It is.
20
It is.
bucks?
It includes all your education every month. Yeah.
20 bucks.
Yeah, $20. We have speakers that come in every month.
There's
on
people who
different
spend that on
topics.
their first 3 cups of coffee in a day.
Absolutely.
Wow. So we'll get all of this business stuff up front because I really do have a lot of questions about beekeeping. I mean, I'm not a beekeeper, but I do have questions, and I do have some issues. So they pay $20, and that gets them membership. Besides the newsletter, are there any other... Oh, you said classes. They can sign for classes?
Well, so if somebody wants to take bee school, that's what we call it, when we're teaching them kind of the basics of beekeeping, that occurs once per year, and that is $150.
Got you.
And they get a textbook and things like that, and that's over a 2-day period. It's usually 2 consecutive Saturdays, and it occurs in February. On a monthly basis, what we do is, like Jamie said, we bring in speakers, either from outside of our club or even sometimes beekeepers that are known nationally. And what we talk about at our meetings on a monthly basis is something that's kind of germane to the beekeeping calendar at that moment. So, for example, in May, we might talk about swarming, or in June, we might talk about pollinator gardening, that kind of thing. So we try to pick a topic that's timely, and we educate the members about that topic on a monthly basis.
Are you finding a lot of interest? I mean, are there people who maybe they can't go, they don't go, but they still are interested in beekeeping, or at least the bee situation?
Yes, and we also have what we call Friends of Bees. That would be you,
Okay.
your wife. You don't necessarily...
I've been called worse, I will say that.
You don't necessarily want to have bees, or maybe your situation prevents you from having bees, like certain communities have ordinances or rules against beekeeping because of the tight communities. So...
We call them not friends.
Well, if you have pollinator gardens and you support the bees and respect them, then you're a friend of bees, for sure.
We also have a teaching apiary at the Bridges House, the governor's mansion. So if somebody, for example, could not have bees on their own property but really wanted to learn how to be a beekeeper, wanted to get their hands in hives, we have the opportunity to offer that to people under, mentorship of us accomplished.
Is that a once-a-year thing,
beekeepers.
too?
Oh, no.
They can go anytime?
Yeah, as long as they're with a member.
Yeah.
Yes, we do hands-on day, education day at the apiary. and it's the
The third Saturday.
third Saturday of every month.
Okay.
So you can come, and we invite you and your wife to come up and spend some time with us in the apiary and get to look in a hive and see how it all works.
Man, hang on. Oh, I'm intrigued now. Welcome. Oh, man. All right, so that's the first segment of our NH Unscripted beekeeping issue today. We are kind of your sky pilot. That makes me your Eric Burden-like host, Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the YMCA-like conditions of the WKXL studios in Concord. I can smell the pool chlorine from here. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM, 101.9 FM for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. CABA, Capital Area Beekeeping Association, is in the house. And we're just getting started. I'll be right back. Welcome back to NH Unscripted, where we are your magic carpet ride. I am your Steppenwolf-like host, Ray Dudley. We're coming to you from the Taj Mahal-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. My God, it's cavernous in here. Cavernous, I say. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios. That's Concord-based. 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. And we are talking bees. Yeah, I said bees. Yeah. So, Heather, what is the main thrust of the organization itself? Not everybody, well, I'm like, we're interested in the honey and the bees. Are we welcome at that kind of an organization? I know you tend to be heavily into the beekeeping area, but...
Yeah, I mean, the main goal of our organization is really to promote education about bees, and not only to beekeepers, but also within the community. So we do some community outreach as well.
What does that look like?
So, we might go to a local nursery or, like an agway or anything like that, and just do, a Saturday morning where people come and go and they talk to us about, we'll set up a display and people can ask us questions, or we'll do a short presentation. We went to the farm, Wild New Hampshire days this spring.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The market days?
No, Wild NH in Concord.
Yeah.
They have a big organization.
Never heard of it. What do they do?
It was just basically every outdoor activity that you can do in New Hampshire.
Hunting, fishing, boating, archery,
birding.
I gotta get out of my cave. And so how did you, so you tied in with them for that day?
Yep. Basically anybody, if you're a club or any kind of organization, could sign up to do it, have a display, a table, and you could promote whatever services you offer.
Are there a lot of people who want to keep bees? Well, what's the interest?
There are a lot of people that are interested in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people try it out and they may not stick with it. There's a very steep learning curve. Some people try to teach themselves, and it's not an easy thing to do.
You would think it would be, but I kind of get that.
A lot of people think you stick bees in a box and then that's all it is.
Yeah.
But
that's my
it's
ignorance.
a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. There's a lot of maintenance, a lot of fostering, husbandry duties. You have to care for them. They're considered farm animals.
Mm-hmm.
What, they are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
They are.
Why are they not more protected then? Sorry, that's a loaded question, but
It's a very good question.
I mean, I don't get it. So what's the biggest obstacle here? What's happening? Is it the government that's giving you problems? Is it just nature that's giving you problems? Is it the chemical industry that's giving you why isn't there more of it, and why isn't there easier access to it then? If they're farm animals, you would think they'd be encouraging this kind of thing.
I think that there's a lack of education among people who want to keep it. you're probably not going to go out and get a cow and
Right.
bring it home and
Right.
think it's going to be really easy to take care of this cow.
Right.
Right? And I think that people think, oh, I can go and get some bees and put it in a wooden box in my
Yeah.
backyard, and then that's kind of a fad. It's going to be,
Yeah, like getting a bunny on
it's
Easter.
very organic.
Yeah,
Yeah. How many people got their kids chicks?
Too many.
And then they were like, yeah, we can't take care of the chickens, right? I think that there are people who believe having the bees, number one, it's kind of trendy, right? I'm going to have a garden, I'm going to get some bees, and then they realize how much work is involved in it. Probably a lot of people don't realize you have to medicate your bees. They get viruses. There's a parasitic mite that bees get.
How do they
it's like a
survive this
tick.
long? You have to medicate them? Mm-hmm. I'm so ignorant. I'm glad you're
No,
here.
a lot of people don't realize this.
And
When I tell my
it's
friends,
expensive.
yeah,
It's expensive to be a beekeeper.
it's an expensive hobby.
How
It's
expensive?
It's like owning horses.
Oh, okay, that road.
There's always
bees,
another
really?
piece of equipment that you need or that you want, and you think you can't live without it, so you end up spending more money. It's
Yeah.
it's what I call bee math.
And
So,
you probably
how
won't
much
sell
can it-
enough honey to cover the cost of the equipment.
It's too bad. When we're talking, what could it potentially be on a low end, maybe? even?
Sure. So for a new beekeeper, like their first year, let's put aside the cost of bee school.
Yeah.
Because it depends on where you're doing that. The cost of a package of bees, which is a 3-pound package of bees and a queen.
Which is approximately 10,500 bees.
What?
Yeah.
In a box.
10,000 bees.
In a cage.
10,500 bees in a little box.
Yep. And without getting into too much detail, you can start
Detail
like
away.
that.
I'm in. I'm in.
So that's just a bunch of loose bees, and you shake them into a hive, or you can start with a nucleus colony, which is a more established. That queen is already laying, and,
Okay.
and you get 5 frames of bees. The cost is anywhere from $200 to $250 just for the bees.
Okay.
But then you have
The
to buy
10,000 bees that you're going to shake.
yeah,
okay.
or your 5 frames.
Sounds
of
very dangerous, first of all. The
bees.
shaking bees does not...
There is a danger element to this.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
So
Hurdle number 1.
yeah, so
Safety.
You're in it for about $200, $250 just
Okay.
for the bees.
Yep.
And then you have to buy your hive setup. And a hive setup is about $600, I think.
About $600, and you typically want to start out with 2 hives, so
Does
that
that
you
make it
can.
$1,200 then?
It could.
Okay.
It could.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to maintain bees and protect them and do what you need to do if you've got another resource that you can share from. So if you've got one hive that's maybe struggling a little bit, you can take some resources out of your other hive and share with the weaker hive to make them more robust.
Yeah. It's also easier to learn if you have 2 hives, and you can then
In
recognize...
case you kill one.
yeah. No. But it's also...
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Redundancy works.
We've all been there. So, but it's easier to recognize if one hive is faltering a little bit. You'll be able to see, oh, it's not doing as well as the other hive, or what have you.
Definitely something to compare it to.
Oh, so many rabbit holes here. So many rabbit holes. So we're up to $1,200, not including... No, it'd be more than that. It'd be closer to 14 by the time you get the bees, you get the hives, 2 hives.
16, yeah.
Yeah, so now... And we haven't even talked about...
And you gotta buy a
the
bee
hazmat suit that you have to have.
Right?
Yeah.
I see it everywhere.
Your tools and equipment, your smoker, your hive tool.
Yeah, how
And-
expensive are those? I'm not trying to discourage people, but I just want them to be aware of that.
I think it's important to know that when you do become a beekeeper, there is a significant investment in doing this. There's a commitment to it.
Yeah.
Sure. Financially.
Yeah.
You could probably maybe $100 for your smoker, your gloves, and
Yeah.
maybe
Well, $100
$200
the
with
gloves
with
look
your
like they'd be worth
jacket and
$100.
everything. You may be looking at $200 on the lower end.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you want to buy, you want to buy the jacket with the veil.
Yes,
You
I
wanna
do
keep
want to buy the jacket.
You want to
and the
make
veil.
sure the bees aren't going to go for your face
Correct,
because they're
correct.
attracted to carbon monoxide.
They are.
Yeah. Carbon dioxide.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yes. And then you've got some environmental pressures where if you have bears in the area. So the bears, let me just throw this out there, the bears are not really interested in your honey.
What?
They're not really
You just
interested.
destroyed Pooh Bear.
So
my whole
Yogi,
childhood education.
Yogi Bear is not.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What are they after?
They're after the brood,
The
the
brood.
baby bees, the larvae,
The
which is a
protein.
protein for the bears.
What?
So you think about protein is what bears are looking for, right? They're looking
Okay.
for protein, but they're also looking
Not carbohydrate,
and they're
then.
also looking for carbohydrates also.
Okay.
So the honey is just another bonus when they get in and tear apart a hive. So now you've got an investment of an electric fence. Now whether you want to go with a battery or you want to go solar, now you're adding some expense to that.
more cost there.
And we've had a bear strike. Last year we had a bear strike at our apiary on
On Mountain Road.
Is
Mountain
it?
Road.
Oh yeah. Is
Yeah.
it fairly common? Is there at least like one a year, or just one every 5 years? I mean,
Well, I mean, we do have an electric fence. Our charger wasn't working. We didn't realize
the
it.
one day they knew that. Crazy bear.
But it hit us twice, and Fish and Game came out and helped us with a temporary fence around our fence until we could get it fixed.
Man, we're blowing right down. Cute. All right, hang on. You are listening to NH Unscripted. We are your bridge over troubled water. That makes me, your Simon and Garfunkel-like host, Ray Dudley. Coming to you from the Hollywood Square-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. I love to sit in the center square, the old Paul Lynde Square. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM, NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. We're talking bees, and we barely scratched the surface. I got so many questions. We're never going to get to it all. We'll be right back. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. We are blowing through this show today. My goodness, but everything is beautiful. I'm your Ray Stevens-like host, Ray Dudley. Yeah, coming to you from the dating game-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord, you lucky listeners. 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. In the house, we're talking bees. Specifically, Capital Area Beekeeping Association is just laying down the information today. Heather Monahan, Jamie Jobin are in the house, and I'm just pummeling them with questions, but they keep firing back information and creating more questions. Can we get the URL again, please, so folks know?
CapitalareaBeekeepers.org.
Thank you. $20? $20 to be a
That's
member?
it.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I could pick up cans on my way home and pay for that. Good grief. So we're talking about hives, and you said a bear. That would scare me. I mean, I live out in Gilmanton, and I've had a bear just wander through my yard. Never mind having bees.
Oh, yeah.
So if for people who are, now that I think of it, there's a gentleman down the road. He's got 5 boxes. Is a box considered a hive? He's got 5 white boxes.
Five colonies. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so he's probably going to attract some interesting wildlife. Is that a big problem? On the level of problems for beekeeping, where does that one? Is that like down below?
We don't recommend anybody put hives in their yard without an electric fence.
Really? Okay. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
It deters them for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean you can bait the electric fence also. You take like an aluminum pie plate,
Yeah.
and you fold it in half.
Sounds
over
dangerous
the electric
already with
fence,
electricity.
right? Just
Turn the fence off
that
first.
charged
Dang.
fence with a little bit of peanut butter in there. And what you want is if the bear does come through, they're going to smell that peanut butter. They're going to go up to it and they're going to try and taste it, and they're going to touch it with either their tongue or their nose, and they're going to get a sharp zap.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt them, but it's going to scare them, and it's going to frighten them, and they're going to run away.
Okay. This is getting crazier. So you've introduced shaking bees in a box, which does not sound very healthy. Bears could be around. Aluminum pie plates on electric fences. Okay, all right, we're going down the road here.
We live on the edge.
Yes, you do indeed.
How about skunks?
Well, I get skunks all the time through my yard.
Skunks like to agitate bees also. They go up to the beehive and they start scratching because they too want that larvae.
Really?
So, yeah, at nighttime, skunks are nocturnal. They come out at nighttime and they go out there and they just harass those bees, so they're agitated. So Heather and I will go out and do a hive inspection the next day where you're going to break open the colony and take a look for, your pests and condition of your larvae and brood and eggs and queen and everything. And they are agitated. They are just not happy today. And it's probably because they've been disturbed all night with somebody trying to scratch around.
Oh, my word. Man, the things you don't think about. That's insane.
Everybody wants food.
Yeah, great point. That's actually a really good point when you think about it. Okay, I get it. I do want to talk to you about different kinds of hives in a second. Mm-hmm. I don't want to forget that because my wife was looking at some that are built like into the sides of sheds.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That they're over big in Europe or something.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get into that in a minute. But what's the biggest problem right now? Why don't we have more? I mean, obviously, the easy target is chemicals. But I don't really know that for a fact. But that's where my mind would go. What is the biggest problem with the bee population?
Viruses.
Viruses.
You might have heard, or maybe not, in January of this year, you're aware that people commercial beekeepers bring their bees to different parts of the country to pollinate different crops.
I did not know that.
Okay. So
Ignorant Point Ray 1005.
So your almond fields.
Almonds in California.
Wait, what? So they transport their bees?
On trucks, yeah. And they'll go, they'll spend the winter in Texas or Florida or Georgia, and then they'll truck them around the country to pollinate almonds or blueberries or pumpkins and cherries, apples.
Oranges.
Okay. Okay. And so
it's a huge industry.
Huge industry.
Bee transportation.
Pollination.
Bee pollination.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So in January of this year, the commercial beekeepers were starting to get their colonies ready to bring to California to pollinate the almond crops, and they realized that they had lost about 60 to 70% of their colonies over the winter, which is a huge economic loss.
Due to, I would say cold because I'm ignorant, but...
They didn't know at first. And this was the biggest economic loss of bees in the U.S. ever. And it happened once...
Wait, are you saying 60 to 70% nationwide?
Of their colonies, yes, for commercial beekeepers.
Commercial beekeepers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a distinction there, but go ahead.
Yeah, there's three different kinds. Beekeepers fall into about three different categories. There's hobbyists, which is us, you know, fewer than 10 or so colonies in their backyard.
Okay.
There are sideliners, which means that they are, they might have 100 colonies, and they might make a business out of it. And then there are commercial beekeepers, and they can have thousands of colonies.
I don't ever see them. I always see, like, along the side of the road where maybe there's an orchard or something, there might be 10, 20 hives there. So you're saying that there's bigger ones than that?
Yes.
Where would they be? Where are they? We're never going to get... I'm so off track. Off track. Go ahead.
Getting back to the commercial beekeepers that were heading to the almonds, they realized that they had lost over winter about 60 to 70% of their colonies. And they got in touch with the USDA laboratories, and they started testing these dead colonies to figure out why. And they realized in April or so of this year that it was due to viruses and, a bunch of other things, but viruses and a resistance to one of the miticides that we use to treat those parasitic mites. And they had developed a resistance to one of the key treatments.
Oh, that's not good. Mm-mm. So what's the solution there?
Well, the solution is we need different
How do you fight viruses?
alternatives. Well, we need people to treat those mites, treat for those mites. make sure-
Beekeepers, you're talking about, not like
Yeah.
me driving down the road and I'm going to help somebody.
No.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, beekeepers need to be monitoring for their mite loads. When the mites reach a particular threshold, we need to treat. We need to rotate our treatments so that we're not breeding mites with resistance. And that's how we'll keep the viruses in check. And then from an industry perspective, we need additional alternatives so that we can rotate our treatments.
Alternatives that do not exist right now, you're searching for some, or do you know of some, but nobody's really using them?
Some are in the works.
They are.
Yeah, you've got.
I mean, we do have a number of alternatives right now. We need people. Obviously, there are beekeepers. There are lots of responsible beekeepers, and then there's people who just they don't want to test for mites. They don't want to treat. They think things should be treatment free. And if you have a beehive in your backyard, you have mites.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. So you have to buy this medicate. Do you spray it? Is it a
there's
take
several
each baby
different,
little bee out and squirt it with something?
There's several different types.
Okay.
There's some organic options, and then there are some chemical options, and some of them it's powder, and you sublimate it. Means you take a heat gun and you turn it into a vapor.
Okay.
There are some that are acids that are impregnated on, like pads, and you put them in your hive. There are some that are.
That's a very
different.
passive method, right? You stick it in there somewhere?
You stick it in there, and it stays in for 2 weeks, and you take it out. Okay. There's some treatments that are on plastic strips, and you put them in the hive, and you let them stay there for a certain number of days.
Okay.
So, and
they don't consider
travel around the hive, and they walk across it, and they.
They don't consider those invasive kind. You know how some animals think, hey, what's this new thing in my? They don't. That it doesn't agitate them.
There are some. Well, yes, they do get agitated because some of them are fumigants. Some of them are like gels that are in little trays, and the bees will try and remove that from the hive and take that substance and try and carry it out.
I'm going to guess that there's an upside to beekeeping. Help me out here. Besides being electrocuted, putting an aluminum pie pan on the electric fence, shaking a box
Just
of bees.
don't put your tongue on the fence at the same time.
The reward is honey.
All right. We're going to get to that. I'll give you the whole next block to talk about the upside. My goodness, I'm having a ball. Welcome. You are listening to NH Unscripted. We are your long and winding road, baby. Yeah, that makes me your Beatles-like host, Ray Dudley. Coming to you from the Gong Show-like digs, definitely, of the WKXL studios in Concord. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your Sony Walkmans. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. We're talking beekeeping. Heather Monahan is in the house. Jamie Jobin from the CABA Capital Area Beekeeping Association. I think I got that right. Not enough coffee. We'll be right back. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. Yeah, you know you're a lucky listener. You don't even have to tell me. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios. Poor kids got the 8 transistors. We got the 16. What do they know? 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Where should you happen to go out there, there is a button. For us old folks, you look at it, it's not really a button. You can't push it. You gotta click it. This thing called the mouse, you gotta click it. And you can listen to this show live every Wednesday and Friday morning, 9 a.m. Yeah, we're right there with you at drive time. Or let's say you get lonely in the middle of the night and you're like, hey, that old guy does something during the day. I'm gonna listen to him. While you're having your milk and cookies, we're right there with you. We're like a friend. Yeah, all right. That's NHTalkRadio.com. We're talking bees. Bees. Yes, bees. I know. So, where do we even begin? So, upside. Let's talk about upside, because I love honey. That sounds stupid. I'm sure everybody does. It's sweet, but it's medicinal. It's a preservative. There's so many aspects to it. Let's talk about the upside to beekeeping. What's the average size beekeeper, not industrial, not corporate, in the state? 1 hive, 5 hives? What's the average?
Oh, gosh. Well, I can say in our club,
Yep.
it's somewhere between 2 and 8, I would say.
Okay. And the benefit to only having 2, are you going to get honey at 2? I mean, I don't know anything about beekeeping.
Yeah,
So,
you'll get honey.
yeah.
We tell people that you're not likely to get honey your first year.
Okay.
Because the bees are building up, and whatever they manage to make their first year is for them to get through the winter. It takes about 120 pounds of honey to get through a New Hampshire winter for the
Wait.
bees.
120 pounds of honey they need.
Yes.
Well, how much honey is produced in a year?
It depends on the year, because the season, right? If it's too rainy, you're not going to have enough nectar, right? If the flowers are not going to.
No kidding.
Produce it.
That's a complaint in my garden. Yes,
Yes.
but go ahead. So don't get me started.
If it's too dry, your flowers are not going to produce enough nectar. So then we have to feed our bees. So, but that would not be honey that we would consume.
Okay.
We would not sell that honey because that would just be sugar water that's converted. That the
Got
bees convert to honey for them to consume.
Also known as funny.
Funny honey.
Funny honey.
Is that true? Is that what you call
That's
it?
what we call it. Yeah.
Little insider
Funny.
stuff.
Yeah. But the upsides to beekeeping, camaraderie.
Yep.
Right.
I get that.
The beekeeping community is very supportive of one another.
Very close, I would assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are you're helping the bees. You're helping your neighbors' gardens. You're helping the nation. by
You are
fostering
indeed.
bees.
I mean, let's get that
Absolutely.
right out there. This isn't like just being a tree hugger. This is like this is important stuff. I mean, my garden is needing the bees.
You're protecting our destiny.
No
we need
kidding.
food.
Yes.
The food supply. Yeah. I mean, not to be dramatic, but if we
Be dramatic.
if we did not have bees, we would be missing 1/3 of the food that we consume.
How? Well, see, we started
I know,
on the
rabbit
positive,
holes.
and here we go.
Sorry.
How long does it take to recover from 60% loss of bees? Can you do it in a year? Will they multiply that fast? Or like, okay, we can recover in a year?
If you manage them properly, I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you, but I think if you manage your hives to the best of your ability, which is splitting your hives. When a hive starts to be very robust, you can open it up and say, okay, I'm going to split this. So you take out some egg larvae, brood, and pollen, and you move it over to a new hive. And you can introduce a new queen to there, and now you have another colony. And the other one that's left behind that you took from will start to gear up again and fill all that in and start
Okay.
to become robust again. So you can split hives and make, and you could end up 4, 5, or 6 hives
Okay.
in a season. So the commercial
In a
beekeepers-
season?
in a season for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, you can grow your apiary pretty quickly if you, like Jamie said, are managing it. You're making sure they're not swarming on their own and half your bees fly away. Because that's a bee colony's normal tendency to want to reproduce.
To migrate? Oh, okay.
Right. So their method of reproduction, a colony's method of reproduction, because the organism is the colony, not an individual bee. So that organism's method of reproduction is for half of the bees to swarm and fly away.
Okay.
And that's the sign of a healthy, robust colony. But we don't want half of our bees to fly away.
Yeah,
No, it's
right.
it's an honor to see a swarm because you know that your hive is healthy.
Oh.
And they've decided, okay,
That's where they all want to hang out.
come on, queen,
Got
let's
ya.
go. And half of the hive with
Yeah.
the queen, and they fly to the nearest tree, and you have to be vigilant to try and maybe catch them. Swarm chaser.
I think
So-
I'd cry if I saw that.
We
happen.
want that. We want to try and manage that before it gets to that overcrowding situation and make a split, as Jamie said.
For folks who, because we're getting near the end of the yeah, man, goodness, what do you want to tell people who have a casual interest or we've piqued their interest here? What can they do to help you? I mean, $20, be a member for crying out loud.
Or I would say,
20
even if somebody they think they might be interested in keeping bees, right? Come join us. Come try it out.
Do you have like an open night when they can just go visit?
Absolutely. They can come anytime.
Yeah?
They can come anytime. They can come to the apiary. Like we were saying, we have jackets that they can borrow. We have full bee suits that they can borrow. Gloves, exactly. And we want people to check it out and see if it's something for them.
Can you give us the date again and,
Yep.
and where your monthly meeting is?
Yep, it's the second Wednesday of every month at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's in the Crestwood Community Center in the Crestwood neighborhood.
And for those who wait, is that Manchester?
Manchester Street,
Got
yes.
you.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
That's not far.
our
My wife will love that.
open hive days at our apiary at the Bridges House
But you're in the Crestwood.
Community Center.
You are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we meet there. We have a member that's a
resident.
in that community, and she's part of our club.
All right.
And she has the ability to rent the facility.
Yeah.
And she comes and she does not keep bees. And
What?
she does not
No.
keep bees.
She's a serious pollinator gardener.
She has a very,
What?
very nice pollinating garden. So she's what I consider, a friend of bees for sure.
No
and she doesn't. You
kidding.
can be a member and not have to keep bees.
Yeah.
You can come and just hang out with us and learn about
Dude,
the
for
hierarchy.
$20, people should just throw you a $20 bill and move on with their lives, for crying out loud. I mean, $20. I had dinner by myself last night. I could have had 2 memberships for that. Dang it! I feel guilty now. So, where does someone start when they're thinking like my wife? We don't have bees. We have a ton of plants that would encourage bees.
Mm-hmm.
Where would someone start? Would they go to you and they say, "I'm thinking of having bees"?
Well, if I speak about my experience,
Yeah.
I really wrestled with it for about 5 years. It's like I really have an interest in becoming a beekeeper.
Yeah.
But I'm allergic to bees.
Whoa.
Hornets, wasps, yellow jackets. I can't get stung with those. I haven't.
Well, you're also the guy who
allergic
recommended wrapping a fence with a
Yes.
tinfoil pan. So.
So, but I am not allergic to honeybees.
Oh, that's interesting.
So finding that out, and I said, I think I'm going to go check this out. And I said to my spouse, I'm going to go and check out bee school. I'm going to sign up and I'm going to go. And then I'll make
Did
a
she
decision.
ask if you've been drinking again?
No, no. So we decided that I would go to bee school, check it out, and I was told I want absolutely nothing to do with beekeeping. This is all you. And now I come home and total participation. So it's both of us.
Man. So the quality of the honey, I just want to touch on it really quick because I've had friends who say, you got to get the dark honey. That's really good stuff. Is there such a difference?
Oh, totally tastes different.
Yeah?
That's
Why?
fall honey.
Okay.
Because the flowers are different in the fall than they are in the spring or early summer.
Is it just a different nutritional value, or is it there more to it? Like even medicinally, maybe it's better. Or?
No, nutritionally it's exactly the same.
Okay.
It's just the flavor. It's a more intense. It all has to do with the way, with whatever flowers the bees are visiting. Jamie lives closer to Concord than I do. I live closer to Salem. His honey is going to taste totally different than my honey.
So real quick thing, we
Yeah.
did at one of our meetings, we did a honey tasting test. Okay, so you
Oh,
have
that
about
would've been
a dozen unlabeled jars, so nobody knew who owned what.
I would've been so into that.
We had little wooden spoons, and we all went down there and tasted the honey. And the first one, the second one, the third one, I could not believe the difference in taste.
Dang it! I knew we'd run out of time.
Cliffhanger.
Yes, no kidding. Heather Monahan, president, by the way, of the Capital Area Beekeepers Association. Jamie Jobin, he handles the newsletter. That's why he's so informative. We're talking about bees. Thank you. Give out the URL, please, again, one more time.
CapitalAreaBeekeepers.org.
$20, folks, to be a member. $20, I'm telling you. You've been listening to NH Unscripted. Now I know you feel lucky. We are, of course, gentle on your mind. That makes me your Glenn Campbell-like host, Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the Green Acres Like Digs at the WKXL studios in Concord. Mr. Haney used to say, you wanted rungs with that ladder. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Yeah, we're going to have them back. You know it. All right, bye.